This is me and Matt, stuck in traffic. Right, Matt?
Right, David. We are stuck in traffic.
Oh! The streetcar moved a few inches. My God, man.
That's helpful.
Yes. Yes, it is. No, but traffic's basically been slowed up in both directions. We're trying to figure out why. We'll find out shortly.
Or not.
Oh, more to come. So Matt and I have moved forward
A car
length. It's been...
Well, it's 12:30. Well, it's 12:45 now. We've been...
I think it's 11:45, brother.
It's almost 12.
Yes. We've been sitting here for about maybe 10-15 minutes trying to get through this particular intersection.
I can see it.
Yes, we can see the intersection.
Cars are moving, at least in the opposite direction, and occasionally we get to move too.
But not very often. I got a feeling that it might have something to do with people trying to make left-hand turns onto Bloor from our lane. And there being traffic in the right-hand lane not being able to get out. Of course, it doesn't help that you can see that there's a bus making a streetcar making left-hand turn in front of us, but, you know, we can't blame them. More to come. We have an operational idea of what's going on. First off, back there, Bloor Street West is closed. Then, up ahead, you probably can't see it.
Roncesvalles Avenue southbound, Dundas Street to Queen.
So there are road closures in this area that are basically funneling traffic from Bloor onto Dundas, and then not allowing traffic from Dundas to get southwards off onto
Roncesvalles.
Thank you. So we have two different things that are going on here. More to come. So, more of the same. The background has changed at least. The car in front of us hasn't significantly. Well, I think it might be a different vehicle than the last one, but whatever.
It's not so much in the way of Ford decals on this one.
Yes. We're coming up on an intersection, but it appears that there is massive construction and we'll be forced to go left onto Dundas Street West, which was our plan anyway, but traffic is still at a grinding halt to try to get through it. Surprising that you would have so much traffic going on. Yeah, here we go. And Klingon theme. More to come. And we're moving! We've gotten out of the traffic.
Because we've chosen a circuitous path down an unnamed street, or an unknowable street. Well, it is named, and it is knowable, but we choose not to know it.
Because that's the way we roll.
Speaking of rolling, we are now at a confusing intersection. What the hell is this?
I think we go right from here.
We can't. Or can we?
Well, I believe we can, brother. There's nothing that says...
Do not enter.
Yeah.
It just says, no right-hand turn.
Yes, and it's not like the traffic coming down here has a sign that says one way. We just can't go straight once we get to the next intersection. Anyway, more to come. You can't see it from here, and the black and white doesn't do it justice, but that's the lake. Well, you can see it technically, but... Oh, the lake. And all the buildings between us and the lake. And all the trees and people and stuff between us and the lake.
Man, all the stuff between us and the other side of the lake.
Yeah, and then all that stuff between us and the Mediterranean Sea. Damn it.
We can't see the other side of the planet for the planet.
You know,
it's in the way.
We should really talk to the planet about that. You know, I really should think about maybe setting this not so much to a wide angle as it is, because things aren't quite as wide angle when I look out the window as the camera seems to portray it. Anyway, more to come. Ontario Place! I love Ontario Place. I should zoom
seeing
in
all these
there.
people running by reminds me, this is where I used to run all the time. I kind of miss it.
Yeah, there goes the zoom. There we are. And I zoom in after missing most of what I wanted to film. There's the Molson Canadian Centre. But I love this structure. We're going to get gas, then return this vehicle, ideally. More to come. Okay, so brother and I have now gotten to the gas station. As ideally we're following the pattern of get gas first before dropping off car, as opposed to the other way around. And we're right near Matt's old place, and yeah, the traffic was really bad up until we managed to get off the road and start heading south. Once we got off, it was pretty much clear sailing. We didn't have any traffic issues. A couple of times we made right-hand turns when we could have turned left, but that was neither here nor there in my opinion. And traffic's flowing smoothly along the lake shore, as you probably noticed when we were driving along in a fair clip. Wish I could have gotten a little bit closer in on Ontario Place. The quote-unquote industrial nuclear look of the facilities always somewhat attracted me to it. Very futuristic in my opinion. And that entire structure suspended above the water by a set of columns. And it's a multi-level structure. Like there's, they have reception areas in the one floor, and I know that there's a dance club in another floor, and Jen and Chris, friends of mine from high school, they had I think there's a patio that they could go out on, and that's where Chris proposed to Jen during Symphony of Fire one summer. It was quite brilliant, and I suspect, very memorable for Jen. And yeah, it's now almost 12:30, and yeah, you can imagine it took us to get from my brother's place down to the south end of High Park, which by walking, we could probably have gotten there as fast as walking as we did driving. And transit is a little bit faster. But anyway, Matt's back, so more to come. I'm not sure if you can pick it out in this picture here, but you might see the spikes coming off the edge of the CN Tower. Now logically, most people might think that this would be obviously for lightning detection, or deflection I should say, but my brother and I have come to an alternative solution. It's
come to the alternative solution.
Yes, well, technically I have come to the alternative solution, that they're actually for giant pigeons. You know how you have the spikes on the edge of buildings? You know, they're having real problems up at the CN Tower with all the bird poop, so, you know, giant spikes. And another example of the incredibly docile pigeon, giant versions of which have been molesting the CN Tower. And we've got an aircraft taking off at Toronto Island Airport. I don't seem to be able to hold the camera particularly steady, but nonetheless, there she goes. And at some point, we're going to see the aircraft in the air. There we are. Okay, it's later in the day since I got home, and yeah, very long day. Brother and I did a lot of photography and wandering around the waterfront, and a lot of errands that he needed to run. I needed to run a few as well. Managed to break my earphones. Not quite as strong as I imagined they would be. Anyway, see if I can get all these together and post them. Hopefully it's not like 20 minutes long. More to come.